Hello everyone, it's me, Dana from Dana's Antique Goodies. It's currently 2 o'clock in the morning right now, and I'm in a mood to make a video. Well, not really. I'm actually quite tired, but the show must go on. So, when was it? Earlier this week, my friend and I went to Lewisburg, and I actually have another video of Jamie and I going to these two antique malls in Lewisburg. The first one, I believe, is the Roller Mills Antique Mall, and the other one is just the Lewisburg Antique Mall. I don't really find too much at that one. Usually the first one I always find a few things. Always. But, yeah, let's see what I got. It's always fun. Let's see here. I even got the receipts. Okay, well, unlike my last video, because I was just getting too overwhelmed with a bunch of things from everywhere, or like, I was just losing track, basically, of when I got this, and how much was what, and blah, 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 blah. So, let's see here. One of these isn't like the other. Let's see. Trying to do the field game here. Which was first? Oh yeah, one of the other things is in the living room currently. That was the first thing, which you'll see in a moment. But, so, at the Roller Mills Antique Mall, I got this little guy. I actually have a pink one, which is a little taller. I got off of eBay a few years back, but now I got him a buddy. I believe they say it's ceramic. Not quite sure. But I had to have him. Thought he was really cute. So I got this guy. And then, what else we got here? Let's see. And I picked this up. Still has the tape on it. So, apparently, this is from 1973, made in Italy. Used to contain alcohol, and I find it cool that it still has, like, the full and complete sticker on it. Look at that. See, it says 1973 on the bottom of his butt. And he has the cork on his head, or, well, in his head, actually. But what I don't like is that whoever had this decided to cut the cork, so I guess it would just be flush with his head. And I don't know if it's just wedged on in there, like it was from, well, a long time ago or whatever, or I don't even know what I'm trying to say here, but I don't know if it kind of looks like they glued it in there, like it's not just stuck in there, and then they cut the top off so he wouldn't have a giant cork sticking out of his head. But I would have actually preferred that because it makes him more, you know, original. Now he's like all tampered with, but at least he still has a sticker. I don't even know the wording. The print on the bottom of his butt, still there. Has quite a bit of facial details. See, his whiskers and stuff. So I'm going to go ahead and put him in my little black cat shrine. Living room there. And I got this. So this thing is something I usually wouldn't pick up. But I figured it would go quite nicely with our smiley face theme. Actually, no. Huh. Oh, here it is. wrong thing. Really reminded me of something with the Care Bears. I actually never seen this before. Now, besides the Care Bears, the other thing that came to mind is like those little unicorn trinkets that they had like back in like the early 80s. You'd see like in like every girl's bedroom back in the day or whatever. But I never quite seen a rainbow on some clouds, like a little ceramic like this. But then I'm also like, oh yeah, the Care Bears and stuff. But I really don't have any little like Care Bear figurines, but we do have a lot of smileys. And what better to go with the smiley theme, than a little rainbow on some clouds. So I thought that was cute. Oh, and it's really dirty, so I'll have to take a toothbrush to that. Some soap and water, of course. And then what else did I get? I got this guy. Now my grandma had not something similar, the same thing basically, but it's like a smaller rendition than this one. And I believe to say I'm actually selling that one currently. It's for sale, but it hasn't been bought yet. It's kind of beat. That's the whole reason why, but I found one pretty much identical to that one, but bigger, and heavier, and cuter. I just like how he's like really like pushed down, you know, like with it. His nose kind of sticks out. He's in miraculous shape. He's from, you can see that, he's from 1991, and for something that's like 30 years old, he's in like new condition. Smells, well, fresh in some way. Doesn't stink. Has no scent at all. He's very clean. It's like someone just took him off the shelf and just brought him home and stuffed him away in the closet or whatever. It's beautiful. Happy little pumpkin. Little jack-o'-lantern. Oh, man, everybody likes the prices, so he was $9.99. I'm actually going off the receipt here too. Let's see here. Who was what? I guess he was $9.99 too. Hello. Rainbow was $4.95, so like $5. Mr. Pumpkin was, I think, $3, which is not bad for something like that. You know, usually I find stuff that cheap at an antique mall. Usually I ask like a zillion dollars, but he was only $3. That's like flea market prices. And then yeah, I'll show you the other two things I got. What? Hey. You're getting my video demonetized because of YouTube standards.
Yeah, I don't think so. I'm going for a shower.
You do that. What? Okay. And this is the other thing we got. Or, yeah, I actually, well, me. Got my head all discombobulated. You got a towel? There you go. Yeah. Uh-oh. But, along with Mr. Pumpkin, we got this. I keep saying we. I mean me. I'm getting all confused because of Jamie. But, I got Mr. Skeleton here. He's all in one piece. His, fingers and toes are a little wonky. But at least he's all in one piece. Usually they're pretty rickety. And much like the rainbow, he's pretty dirty. He needs a bath too with the toothbrush, but that's for another video because it's quite large. It's a lot to scrub. But I only got him for $4. So between him and Mr. Pumpkin, 4, 5, 6, it's like $7 for all that. That's not bad. Now that seller knows how to price things well, that's for sure. And then this is the other thing I got, an owl. Now you're probably thinking, isn't that something you could have just picked up at Walmart? Well, here's the thing, he's one of those vintage plastic owls that you'd put in the yard to scare all the crows away from your crops and stuff. And yes, they still have them, and they even have ones that, which they had for a while actually, where the heads actually turn, and the eyes light up, and they make hoo-hoo noises and stuff to really seal the deal, which I really don't do much of anything either, much like standard one. But yeah, he's old, probably from like the 90s, and he's like, well, like new condition. I did find another one much like him on eBay out of curiosity, and instead of his chest and stuff being like white like this one, it's more like orange, and the gray on him is darker, but he doesn't have this little tab on the top of his head to hang him up, you know, like string him up. And on the bottom of him, he has you know, a plug, so you could fill the bottom of him up with like sand or whatever to keep him weighed down so he doesn't like fall over or anything. This one doesn't have that, so he must be like an older model. I don't know, but basically just, you know, a standard, ordinary, run-of-the-mill yard owl. I don't even know, but I always wanted one, and I did have one growing up, but he was quite beat, and he really freaked me out as a kid. Just looming there in the dark. And then one day he kind of just disappeared. I guess he just got thrown away or whatever, but got this owl, right? He was $16. Not terrible. Again, at the antique mall, you think, what, probably like $36, close to 40, but no, it was only 16 bucks. Not terrible. And then we got Mr. Turkey here. Got him from the Lewisburg Antique Mall, which they're both Lewisburg Antique Malls, but one's the Roller Mills Lewisburg Antique Malls and one's just the Lewisburg. He was probably the most expensive thing I got out of a lot of this. He was a whopping $39.99, but $40 basically. It's not bad. It's not bad at all for this. I mean, look how big he is compared to my hand and all that. He's one big turkey. He's solid, not too heavy. I don't know. I don't think he's chalkware. I think he's like a resin. Yeah, he's like a resin, but he's hand painted. And I love the colors on him. He's just not. He doesn't, you know, look up any other turkey online. Well, you know, turkey like this, they're usually just like ceramic, not, you know, usually like chalkware or resin, and usually they're either just like really small and dinky, or they're like stupidly large, and they come in the basic fall colors, and the way the color scheme is, or with the certain, you know, the shades they use in the fall colors, it's just like really ugly. No offense to anyone that owns any turkeys like that, you know, decorative turkeys for the fall season, but you know, he just has a very unique color scheme. He has green, he has blue, he has purple. And besides like a bunch of pumpkins and stuff, he's standing on like 2 cobs of corn, and then you got a pumpkin, and you got some in the background too. And you got a, oh whoops, that's his butt. You got another pumpkin. Whoops, some corn. Yeah, move Mr. Pumpkin for a second. Yeah, this is the back of him. So yeah, you got just a bunch of little pumpkins and some corn. Sorry if I'm getting you dizzy, but from what I've seen, there's not really a what's it called, nick on him, I guess. Like no nicks, no cracks, no paint chippage really or anything like that. If anything, it's very, very minor. So minor that it kind of just adds to, I guess, his, I don't know, character design. Like, he just, because of how much is just going on here, colors and the detail, you know, the textures and all that, you know, that three-dimensional, like, look, kind of just all blends in with one another. So it's like, I don't know, he's just perfect. I love him. He just looks so angry. But there's no reason to be angry, Mr. Turkey. You're not going to be eaten. You're just going to sit up in the attic for a majority of the year until Thanksgiving comes around. In the dark. Wondering, you know, what day of the week it is, you know. Sounds terrible, I know. But, here's a point of view of everything. You know, a better look at everything. Mr. Kitty Cat. If you're wondering why I'm shaking him violently, this is the only way I can get him around. He has some markings on the bottom, some numbers. Looks like it originally actually $25. That's what that looks like to me. But I could be wrong. Well. And here's the Liquor Cat. I actually seen this guy online before, but he no longer had his sticker. The lettering was really, really worn off, and he was just a mess. And even this, see, this is like an imperfection. That looks like he was like all chipped up and maybe like painted over. That could also just be old resin from like a sticker he had over the top of him, which I think that's what it is. See, it goes from here to here, so it probably went over like the cork to keep it from anyone cracking it open and taking a few sips. And here's the rainbow. Fun, right? It really is like a Care Bear thing. You know the Care Bear movie, the one with Nicholas, the guy at the evil spell book, who is a Tenderheart. He goes down to tend to Nicholas, and he jumps on a cloud with the rainbow, but the rainbow doesn't just cut off here, it goes like all around like a circle with the clouds, and then the Care Bear would sit in the middle of it, and he goes down from the clouds down to Nicholas at the circus. Yeah, probably the only one that knows that. You're just thinking of that, but things you think of, right? Oh, and along with Mr. Turkey, yeah, this guy, I got this cat. Now, probably thinking, Dana, it's a cat. What are you trying to say here? So this is something I usually wouldn't buy. Like, I don't know. Just seems very, I mean, most of this stuff is very primitive. It's old, but he's really primitive, like blah. Like, I like vintage things with color and character, not stuff like this. This just isn't my thing. Like, this is something I could see you having by like a stack of old books up on the, well, bookshelf, just for just a little touch of something, you know. He's just very blah. Yes, he's a cat, and he's a ceramic, and he's old, which I love, and I like the unique wornness that he has, like something I would just keep him like he is. That's just how he's going to be. But he was only $4, and I thought I'd pick him up because of how worn he was, and because of how cheap he was. I figured I could give him a repaint, like a completely different look, and then include him in one of my collections here. So yeah, so we got the owl, the this cat, the pumpkin, the skeleton, and then the rainbow at the Roller Mills Antique Mall, and then Mr. Turkey here, and this cat. And so, yeah, about $90 altogether. Now, something I'm sure nobody cares to hear as I continue to ramble on. Anyway, it wasn't forever ago that I was last at the Lewisburg Antique Mall. The second one I go to after the first one's usually my pattern. Now, when I made that video with me and Jamie, I don't recall if that was the last time I was there or not, but after looking over the...
Keep me on video.
Oh, well, yeah.
No, you will get taken down. Nobody wants to see a naked fat guy.
Well, there is a place for that, but it's not YouTube. But, I looked over in the video, and there was some things that were there, that were in the video that were actually still there currently, that I guess the seller is struggling to still sell and all, but he wasn't there. And the last time I went there, if it was after I uploaded that video, I don't recall if I still see him there, so he must be new. And because of the good shape he's in, because, well, not just because, you know, I guess you could say he's well taken care of, but things that do tend to sit in these sellers' booths for a long period of time, they do tend to get damaged because they're just sitting and getting moved around and picked up and looked at constantly by people, obviously. But it must have got to him at the right time. And I'm guessing they probably just got him because, well, it's almost fall technically, and, well, their price said firm. They weren't having any sales or anything, so I put all those clues together, so I'm just like, firm, must have just got him. He's in beautiful shape, so he hasn't been sitting long, so got to him at the right time, and I love him. I only have him and 2 other turkeys. I have a chalkware turkey, Bank, weirdest thing, and a littler turkey, which kind of reminds me of the antique candy, German candy containers that they're asking like $1,000 for on eBay. You know, like the black cats and stuff like that, but it's a turkey. So it's the only kind of things I have, and maybe some like pilgrim-y things, but I don't really have a whole lot for like Thanksgiving, except mostly Halloween, of course, and Christmas, but none really of the other holidays. And it's a shame too that a lot of stores nowadays, they don't really sell anything with like, for like Thanksgiving and stuff. Yeah, plates and stuff, cards, but nothing really like this. If you want something like this, you have to pretty much get it, well, secondhand. It's never really new because it's like just the corporate, it's a corporate thing, you know. It's just like Halloween and Christmas and Halloween. You don't really, you know, the other holidays, like, nobody really decorates for St. Patrick's Day or Valentine's Day. For Easter, yeah. 4th of July, what, you put some flags out and shoot off some fireworks. Going back to school, some people might put some like little school buses and stuff in their windows, you know, ooh, hooray, it's back to school time and stuff like that, like flags. And then Thanksgiving, you get some paper plates, you know, decorative paper plates and stuff for, well, the holiday. And then the rest of it is just, you know, big for like Halloween and big for Christmas. And then New Year's, what, glasses for what, 2025 and stuff like that. And again, fireworks and stuff, sparkling champagne, you know, the stuff kids can drink too because it's non-alcoholic. So it's like, it's just a shame, you know, can't just walk into your local Walmart and get something cool like this anymore. But that's what antique stores are for, and eBay and stuff like that. So, you know, you could still get stuff like this, which I think is very cool. We need more stuff like this. This stuff is cool. It's unique. It's different. It's not boring, you know. It's fun. It's what makes you, you, and me, you know. But, oh, I didn't go on for too long, but I hope you enjoyed the video. And stay tuned for more. See you next time. Bye-bye.